Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? I just put the mic on. I don't prepare for presentation. Use the slides as a backdrop only. I try to give as much content as I can. So my goal today, Lisa told me that by the time you're done, you should be able to use something I share with you to make 20% more money in whatever you're doing. I go, okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to ask questions so I can try to work this out. How many of you are affiliates? All right, 2. Investors in crypto, 5. People who are just here to learn about blockchain, never heard about it before. Good. How about people who are companies in the blockchain space? And how many of you involved with sales of any kind? Of any kind, sales, prospecting, business development. All right, so I think I'm going to try to work this out. So first, I'm Eugene Kesselman. TopJets is my 3rd startup. I had 2 successful exits before. This makes it an exciting project because it involves private jets. Right? Every time you involve private jets, it's highly influential, high net worth people. Right? And you have to understand how to engage them because that's the top of the top. We call it 2% of the 2% of your consumers. And if you can master capturing their attention or doing transactions with them, and even use crypto sometimes, you're going to end up in the world of infinite opportunities and infinite network. So second part, I want to make sure for affiliates, or if you got friends affiliates in the lobby, text it, because somebody in our marketing office told me that we should use this as an opportunity to break some news. So we're going to announce an affiliate program for those of you who are interested, and then talk about it. So I'll talk quickly about the company. This is not for advertising. This is just to give you a concept of what we're doing. Attorneys, one of them is in the front row, make me put this poster up. We're a publicly traded 586 DNS company. But here's what the world is looking at. Your top unicorns, your Ubers, Airbnbs, don't have inventory. Amazon doesn't really have their own inventory. They sell other people products, and they do it really good. Now let's rope the affiliates. Each one of those companies, Airbnb, Uber, and others, Amazon, uses affiliate programs, right? Every one of them has. So it's a part of their portfolio. So let's try to connect the two. Any big business has to engage affiliates or influencers, whatever the new name is. And the game for affiliates changing a lot. What we do as a company, we essentially operate a network, a database of people who have the planes, of people who want to buy private jet charter. They go on the app, they push 2 buttons, and ultimately they will book a flight. And I'll show you that in a second how it's done. We are Microsoft startup, selected startup. We won a competition 3 years ago. Amazon selected us into their partner network for data exchange. IBM Watson has invested heavily in TopJets because of the analytics and artificial intelligence and machine learning we use. As JD before told me, data is the new oil. I'll let it sink in. If you have a lot of data and you know how to use it, you're going to make a lot of money. Why did we ended up in this business? In the United States alone, there's 1.1 million private jet charter flights. 1.1 million. What this means, there is 1.4 billion just in US, not counting Asia, Europe, or anywhere else, in commissions paid. Can you imagine how big of an affiliate opportunity is? You know how many companies use affiliate in private jet space? 2. They don't believe in affiliate because they haven't figured it out. So we're going to challenge that in a second. If you have a network and connections, you essentially, what we do is we can predict where airplanes are around the country. That makes us the only platform in the world that can instantly book one because we know where they're going to be on Friday. And if they have people, crews to fly that, right? So that's how we come to it. And it allows us to do a simple thing. It's a 30-second demo. How do you book a flight? And here's what I learned in Thailand, no offense, but it's faster to book a private jet than to get a Grab, right? Because that's how it works in our system. You log in, you select where you're going from, where you're going to, When you want to go? How many people? Pick the plane you want to fly and go to the airport. And you can pay with any cryptocurrency like or cash or fiat or credit card. It doesn't matter. You're done. Right? So that's how the transaction happened. And then there's a Friday night dilemma. It doesn't apply to aviation. Let's say you're in Monaco and you found a beautiful painting and it's Saturday and you want to buy it for $120,000. How are you going to pay? Think about it. Right? So you're limited. We call it Friday night dilemma. People who want to go Las Vegas on Friday night with 5 buddies, it's a $100K round trip. They can't pay. So we had to come up with a payment system, which is a money license closed card that you can charge with crypto and so on and so forth. Make sense? All this amounts to a complete ecosystem. So the first rule for affiliates that I've learned when I was starting to do beta, you don't want to be affiliate for one leg of the chair. You want to be affiliate for the company that has all legs of the chair. And I'll explain that in a minute. So you only want to work with companies that control the whole process, the purchase process. Otherwise, you ain't getting paid. Or you're getting scammed sometimes, right? We learned that. So providing a whole ecosystem. Currently, we have about 17,500 clients, retail. Most of the big brokers in the United States also buy from us. They mark it up and sell it again. This is the craziest thing ever. Here's the important thing for affiliate people in the room. 98% of people who fly with Top Jets fly again. How many affiliate programs have recurring revenues? None. Right? Because technology wasn't there until the blockchain. So I'm going to skip a couple slides and get to the news. If you ever want to become a Top Jets affiliate, starting December 8th, here's what we have in store for you. Single client, $1,000 referral. 1.5% of every sale for subsequent 12 months. Once you link them to yourself, you got protected accounts, right? And you get paid instantly in crypto or fiat. You sell 10 flights in the system in the 12 months, you get a free flight. Anybody took the notice of that? I think that's one of the best in the industry because we took every program that everybody had and just put it together in one. And the reason why we give free flights, I had to fight marketing, because influencers want to take pictures on the plane. They all want to be in the jet, right? And they all call us, can we rent a jet to just put the blue pictures in the window, paper on the outside, and take the pictures? Right? No, we'll get you a flight. So I'll stop about the company. Let's talk about how do you affiliate for the high net worth sale. So let's talk what the high net worth is right now. And nod your heads if you agree, disagree from affiliate or perspective. In today's world, before 100 million in bank liquid, right, not loans or not debt, used to be high net worth. Right now in the world, 10 million is the bottom line. So for us, if people don't have 10 million in cash, most likely they're not a luxury buyer. They're not buying the Louis Vuitton bag for $20,000. Data is clear about that. So first, your mindset as affiliate, as a salesperson, or as an investment, because most of startups are looking more than 10 million investment, right? These days, or at least the bar is there. So start thinking in the 10M world, 10 million world. I've now know probably over a couple thousand of my customers. These people don't buy because your product is cheap or cheaper. They buy because they like you. If you're affiliate, how do you make them like you? We have to fix that problem, right? Crowd-based, not influence purchasing. Just because they know you and they like you, they still don't buy until their friends buy or they know somebody who bought. And guess what? Online reviews don't work anymore. For those of you who are big on reviews, because there's so much fake, even on Amazon, if you read through them, it's 5 stars, but a fake review. So you have to think through those challenges, right? And typical high net worth sale is minimum 3-4 touches with a client. That drastically changes the landscape for affiliate or any kind of resale. You guys agree? From affiliate world, it's totally different game. So how are we going to help and what we learned from our data, and that's what I want to share with you. Who knows this game? Raise your hand. Who knows this game? Right? Battlefield, right? And it was the first discovery that the scientists, data scientists, came back from analyzing the first affiliate beta, said, this is what they're all doing. I go, what does that mean? Can you translate? And this is what happens. How do you find rich people who fly jets? Any ideas? Let's just throw a question out. I know I'm running on time, but I'm going to try. Anybody idea? How are you going to find a new customer? Airport, right? So you don't target the keywords. You don't buy the ads. You start using Google imaging, where a person takes picture at the geotag called FBO, private terminal. What is he doing there? Either flew with friend, correct, or is flyer. So instead of spending thousands of, JD said, spending $3 and losing $1 on ads, start using new graphic analytics technology to look for your clients. Image processing is one of them. It's fairly cheap now. There's a company called CPU Coin. They sell CPU for cheap, already with build analytics. Now that we know he flies, and most likely they're planes fly, right? Remember the battleship? You start shooting around them. So you're cutting drastically your cost because it's 2% of the 2%. You can't spread Google ads. You can't do landing pages. They don't work because landing page is a single-use concept, right? The next thing is once you identify them, you have to heavily engage in retargeting. And retargeting is hard for high net worth because I think Facebook and almost everybody got rid of the salary, correct? Or the amount of money they make. So how do you retarget? Well, you geotag them. You socially affiliate them. Now you know they're high net worth because I don't have any friends who live on the street. Right? So think through that concept a little bit. And then I call it surround sound or noise. For a short period of time, everything around them should talk about your client who you're affiliating for, or TopJets in our case. When our people go to the urinal and they pee, they want to see TopJet's logo. Technologies are there. They can put ads right in the stall, right? And they can time them to where you're going to be there. So think of how you're going to do this. Choosing an affiliate in this scenario works like this. Your job is to now have 3 touches as an affiliate. You have to educate, communicate, and follow up, correct? How many affiliate programs have technology to support you? Just to identify as a problem, right? How do you know that this is your customer? How do you tag him so you continue to follow up? You're not just shooting randomly. So how do you retarget without competing with another affiliate? We as a provider, as affiliate program provider, have to share data. That's where blockchain will come in a second. Make sense? Next thing, you have to manage lifecycle. You're back to this, the cones, or what they call them, the pipes of selling, right? So you have to have multiple touches to engage. And here's the bad news. You become content writers. You're creating your own sales pipeline. You're driving them to a sale. And in the world for you to make that kind of sale, smart contracts become super important. Because everybody talks about crypto as coins, right, or trading. I talk about crypto on a smart contract. This is how we use it. You, the affiliate, or somebody, vendor that works with us, supply chain management, JD mentioned. First, once you tag them, we share a mutable record with you of your ID. It's your customer now. Remember I promised you a protected customer? That means no one else can tag them. That means I have to share my Google Analytics GC ID with you. And I'm okay with that. It's okay. Because I want you to succeed. Then you have to commit to write what you do, how many follow-ups you had with them into the blockchain, or share it with me. It's collaborative selling. Because we then can give you data what works, what doesn't. You don't have to sit there and go to the BI class, which was in my hotel when I left this morning, to figure out which of your landing pages work or don't work, or what's your strategy. How many affiliates or anybody in business calculates client acquisition costs these days? It's like every time I ask, it's like very few people. But that's the big indicator. If you're spending more effort than you're making, it's not worth to be part of that program. Breadcrumbs, what steps they took to get to you. If you record all of this, including how much money you got paid in the chain, that you can see, and he can see, and all other affiliates can see, we win. In order for us to do that, this is what we have to do. We have to share the references. We have to tell you what drove them to what landing page. We don't want affiliates. You don't want your business partner. You don't want the people who market your project. I have one more slide. To go in and keep you in the dark because you're spending effort and money. End of the day, my takeaway points, because my time is running out. If you figure out how to close high-end deals as an affiliate in a crypto space or otherwise, it's a high reward game. It's a high-stakes, high-reward game. That means you have to have effort, strategy, most importantly, trust to the affiliate partner that they're going to give you right data and not rip the customer off. And the only way I know how to do it is open record transparency through the blockchain. People emotionally buy, so your selling has to be ethical. That's the fourth time I've seen today the word ethical. But the way you sell has to be ethical, or it could potentially pollute the rest of affiliates. And we watch this closely. What this means to you in the high net worth space, between the bags, the Lancome project I worked with, and now Top Jets, it's an average of 10 to 20,000 per year per one customer. Once you know who you sold and how you got there, you can sell them Louis Vuitton bags, private parties, anything high net worth. Your database, your client base, value goes up tremendously. Those are the network of the people you're earning trust with. So that's how we tackle the problem of selling in a tight high net worth segment. This is how our system's configured. And 4 affiliates that we're using have tried those steps and changed that data with us before we allow others in. And they're very successful in scoring an average of 1 new client a day. So any questions, you can find me on LinkedIn or Eugene Kesselman. We are opening up on December 8th for 50 affiliates only. It's an application process because of how much effort we have to technology help you with. But if anybody's an affiliate here and you guys are interested, it's an opportunity. If you have any questions, how we target any social network or anything, I'm here to answer any questions. And hopefully, if there's any questions, I can answer them real quick.